Are you guys sure this is safe? Yeah, you'll look awesome. Hey there everybody, it's Halloween again. This year I'm dressing up as an idiot. As you can see, nothing has changed. Now Halloween is a time for scary stories and legends, and while there are a lot of legends, there's only one that can be the best of the best. And that one happens to take place in a town that is both sleepy and hollow, and involves a headless horseman, which is the story I'm telling you in this video known as the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. So we fade into a fairly isolated town in New York full of a bunch of people that are seemingly nuts, primarily I'm assuming because of the fact that their town is apparently cursed. Now in the story, the people of the town seem to enjoy the fact that their town has a lot of legends associated with it and is possibly cursed. But personally, I would not like my town to have a spooky legend associated with it, because frankly, I have to go through the woods a ton to get to places in my town, and that would be a lot spookier if there was a supposed supernatural thing in those woods. Actually, I don't need a Slurpee. Anyway, this town's big legend is about a Hessian Revolutionary War soldier who got his head knocked off by a cannonball. And as one who got his head knocked off by a cannonball is, he's pretty mad, so supposedly he chases people down the road by the church where he's buried. Dude, quit tailgating me. Anyway, on a much more boring note, this town also has an incredibly gullible and superstitious teacher named Ichabod Crane, who's from Connecticut and frequents this town. Now, Ichabod doesn't seem to own property, so from what I could tell and perceive from the book, he seems to kinda just mooch off of his students' houses, which honestly would kinda stink if you were a student of his. Can you get your feet off of my coffee table? Shouldn't you be doing the homework I assigned you? Anyway, Ichabod is also very lonely and likes this girl named Katrina Van Kessle, who's daughter of this rich guy named Baltus Van Kessle. Now Ichabod likes this girl both for her prettiness and personality, but also because she has nice property, which is honestly fair, because if I could find a girl who was pretty nice and had property, I'd also try my hardest to get with her too. I don't know if I love you more or this fishing creek more. Anyway, unfortunately for Ichabod, he's competing for her with this guy who's way cooler than him, and also has a lot of friends named Brom. Brom is constantly trying to get Ichabod to fight him, but Ichabod is too wimpy, so Brom just plays pranks on Ichabod. Now already people would say the saddest person in this story is the Headless Horseman because he has no head, but honestly I feel for Ichabod, because not only is he from Connecticut, which is bad enough, but also I know what it's like to be gullible and not respected and not own land and to not be good at winning the affection of the girl you like and doomed to hang out with crazy people. Anyway, one day Ichabod gets an invitation from Katrina to a quote merry-making or quilting frolic, which is honestly an amazing way to say a harvest party. And Ichabod is really stoked about it because he figures that this quilting frolic is his chance to win Katrina, so that day he rushes his students through school so he has time to look his best and borrow a horse from one of his buddies. And I don't blame Ichabod for not knowing this, but from my experiences at merry-makings, a horse in nice 1700s clothes will only hurt your chances of winning a girl you like. Yo, Washington, your horse is taking a leak on my carpet. I'm sorry. Anyway, Ichabod gets to the merrymaking, and honestly he's having a pretty good time there mooching off of the snack table, which is honestly relatable, but this guy must have some crazy metabolism because he's described as being skinny, and normally I don't see that from other moochers of the snack table. I hope this floor is secure. Anyway, Ichabod's feast is interrupted when the people start telling scary stories, and as Ichabod is, he gets pretty scared, especially when Brom tells the story of his Headless Horseman encounter that happened to be on the same route that Ichabod needs to take to get to wherever he was staying. Anyway, Ichabod decides to stay after the party and give his nerves another workout by asking Katrina to marry him there, and apparently she rejected him in such a way that the author didn't want to describe it, which is honestly a new record because I'm pretty sure an author would be able to describe any one of my rejections. She said no when Matt asked her out. The end. Anyway, after Ichabod's rejection, he rides his horse home, not only sad but also scared as heck because it's the middle of the night and anything could be in those woods. Eventually, though, he realizes his lady troubles are the least of his worries when he hears galloping and sees the Headless Horseman chasing after him. Now, Ichabod is really flippin' scared because this headless guy is chasing after him faster than an Illinois driver, and he's only got a 1-horsepower vehicle that probably will eventually need to stop to poop. On and on Ichabod goes, getting tailgated by this Headless Horseman until Ichabod reaches a bridge that supposedly the Headless Horseman cannot cross. Apparently, though, his severed head can cross it because he throws that at Ichabod, which causes the horse to spook and Ichabod falls off. The next day, Ichabod is gone, but his hat is found next to a smashed pumpkin on the bridge. And the horse is also okay and shows up at his master's gate the next morning. Also, Brom went on to marry Katrina, and everyone else lived happily ever after, except Ichabod, who the village thinks got killed by the horseman. Now, many readers of the book think that the horseman was just Brahm in a disguise, but honestly, I think the horseman was just Brahm's bro and the best wingman you could ask for, because I guarantee if I employed the help of a supernatural force, I'd have a girlfriend within a day or two. Man, I wonder where that other guy that liked me went. Shut up, Wendigo, you're gonna blow our cover. Anyway, that's about it for The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I don't know the moral. Thanks for watching.